Dad, is it hard being married to a prostitute?
Don't start all this.
I'm just saying, it's like because she's like, I love and cherish you and all this stuff, and I'll be faithful. But as soon as somebody has $40, her legs just spread wide open.
3 people are dead after a shooting inside a Lakewood home led to a police chase and ended with the suspected gunman taking his own life.
It's 4:26 in the morning on a Sunday in Lakewood, Ohio, and a woman's phone is ringing. She's going to answer it. She doesn't know yet that this call ends with her dialing 911 in under a minute. On the other end is her ex-husband. What he tells her in the next few sentences sets off a police chase through quiet residential streets, ends with a man holding a gun to his own head on Warren Road, and leaves 2 other people already gone, in a kitchen 2 miles away. We'll get to that call. I promise you that. But first you need to know who Amanda Wakut was, because if the only thing you know about her is how she died, you don't know her at all. Less than 12 hours before that phone rang, Amanda was under stage lights at a regional powerlifting meet, loading a barbell, competing the way she always competed, focused, strong, present. She was 33, a single mom to a 7-year-old boy named Landon, a certified fitness coach at UFC Gym in Middleburg Heights, Ohio. The kind of woman people went to when they needed to believe in themselves a little more. That same night, she went out with her boyfriend of about a year, a man named Stephen Davis. People who saw them together that evening all say the same thing. They looked fine, comfortable, like any other couple on any other Saturday. So here's the question I want you holding on to, because it's the one we keep coming back to tonight. How does a relationship look completely normal right up until the moment it isn't? Have you ever watched something from the outside and thought, that's fine, only to find out later it really wasn't? Hold on to that. By morning, 3 people will be dead, and almost nobody who knew them saw it coming. If stories like this matter to you, hit subscribe before we go any further. And stay with me to the end, because I'm going to give you a real, practical safety tip, the kind that could actually help you or someone you love spot the signs before it's too late. Welcome to True Crime Footprint, where we unveil the darkest mysteries and the most terrifying true crime tales. Kindly hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our new stories. Your support keeps these stories alive. Earlier that Saturday night, before any of this, Amanda and Stephen were at a social event together. Multiple people who were there told detectives the exact same thing afterward. They looked comfortable, normal. Nothing about that night gave anyone a reason to worry. Here's where it gets a little more complicated, though. According to Ricky Eastin's younger brother, Ian, Ricky wasn't just hanging out at Amanda's place that night by coincidence. Ian later said Amanda was planning to end things with Stephen, and Ricky came over to be there for her while she did it. Ricky and Amanda were close, family friend close. The kind of friend who shows up at 1 a.m. because you asked him to, no questions. Ricky was 35, from Cleveland, known to everyone as Ricky. His brother described him as someone who would give you the shirt off his back. He organized glass-blowing nights and painting get-togethers just to keep his people close. He had just gone to his brother's wedding the week before. He spent that Saturday sending his brother photos from the honeymoon, asking how Thailand was going. So look at where everyone actually stood that night. A mom who'd competed in a powerlifting meet hours earlier. A loyal friend who showed up because someone he cared about needed him. And a boyfriend of about a year, about to find out his relationship was ending. They all ended up back at the same address that night. 2115 Chesterland Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. A quiet duplex on a quiet street. The door closed behind them sometime after midnight. Nobody on that block heard anything unusual. No yelling, no argument loud enough to call in. Whatever happened next happened fast, and it happened almost completely silent to the outside world. That's the part that should bother you. Because if you're waiting for warning signs before something like this happens, this story is proof that sometimes there simply aren't any. At 4:26 in the morning, a phone rings 2 cities away, in Fairview Park. It's Stephen's ex-wife, the one he shares a teenage daughter with, the one he's currently in the middle of divorcing. He tells her he just shot 2 people inside the Chesterland Avenue duplex. He tells her he's going to shoot himself next. She doesn't waste a second. She hangs up and calls 911 immediately, and that call gets routed straight to Lakewood police. This is the part of the story most true crime videos skip past too fast, so I want you to actually sit with it. A man just took 2 lives, and the very first thing he does afterward isn't run, isn't hide. It's call his ex-wife. Some investigators who study cases like this say that final call often isn't about guilt. It's about control, making sure the people closest to him heard it from him, on his terms, before anyone else could tell them. If that detail unsettles you a little, good, it should. And if you've made it this far, do me a favor and drop a comment telling me what you think actually happened in that kitchen. Because honestly, even investigators aren't fully sure. Lakewood officers reach the area within minutes. As they're checking the block, they spot a dark-colored pickup truck taking off northbound at a high rate of speed, heading toward Madison Avenue. They go after it. What they don't know yet, what they're about to find out in the next few minutes, is that 2 people are already gone inside that duplex. The chase happening right now, through quiet residential streets at 4:30 in the morning, is the only thing left to resolve.
Amanda Wakut was a mom, an athlete,
Strongman was like her main sport.
a businesswoman, and a friend to Megan Galehouse.
How does it feel knowing you talked to her just hours before?
Kind of surreal, but not. I mean, like, we talked every day. She said, like, happy birthday, I love you so much. And I said, thank you so much, I love you too.
The next day, Megan got the call that Amanda was gone.
We cried immediately and then kind of went numb.
Police say it happened around 4:30 Sunday morning.
I seen the crime scene tape up. There was 3 Lakewood police cars.
Investigators say 45-year-old Stephen Davis told his ex-wife he shot 2 people inside a home on Chesterland Avenue.
The gentleman and the one victim, they were dating, but we don't know what the relationship is between the 2 of them and the other male that was in the residence.
So there had been past issues involving this couple.
Just one that I can find. We had an incident a few weeks ago where there was an argument where him and the female had been drinking. We got called up there and they were both arrested on misdemeanor charges.
Officers found 33-year-old Amanda Wakut and 35-year-old Ricky Eastin dead in the kitchen of this home. Davis was spotted in a truck nearby and drove off, stopping on Warren Road.
He stepped out of the truck with the gun pointing to his head. Probably 5 or 6 minutes into it, he shot himself in the head.
As police search for answers, Megan mourns her friend and Richard.
He was really collateral damage, and all of this is just a soul that was hurt in all of this, and he didn't have anything to do with any of their problems.
She's now helping to raise money for Amanda's funeral and to support Amanda's 7-year-old son, who was with his grandmother at the time.
Whatever we can do to financially set him up.
While it still doesn't feel real, Megan hopes people will remember Amanda for her light and spirit.
She was always joking. Like, I don't think I will ever forget her laugh. Her laugh was really, really good.
The truck stops on Warren Road, about 2 miles from the duplex. Stephen gets out. He's already got the gun to his own head before officers can even get into position. They try everything they're trained to try. Talking calm, talking slow, giving him space, giving him time, asking him to just put it down. He won't. Instead, for the next 5 or 6 minutes, he's on his phone, trying to reach his ex-wife again and trying to reach his teenage daughter. Think about that for a second. With officers surrounding him, with his own life down to its final minutes, the calls he's making aren't to a lawyer, aren't to anyone who could help him. They're to the 2 people who are about to carry this for the rest of their lives. At 4:39 a.m., he fires 1 shot. He's pronounced dead at the scene. Officers move into the duplex immediately after. That's when they find Amanda and Ricky in the kitchen, already gone. Because Stephen died that morning, there was never a trial. No courtroom answers. The case closed without anyone ever having to explain why. Now the safety tip I promised you. Domestic violence rarely announces itself with screaming matches neighbors can hear. The real warning signs are quieter. Sudden jealousy over who you talk to, monitoring your phone or location, threats aimed at themselves or you when they don't get their way, or a partner who escalates fast the moment they sense you're pulling away. If any of that sounds familiar, please reach out to the National Domestic Violence Texting START to 88788. It's free, confidential, and available right now. That call could matter more than you think. In the days after, the people who loved Amanda and Ricky did what people do when the system can't give them answers. They started talking about who these two actually were. Amanda's friend and business partner, Megan Galehouse, had spoken to her just days before. Amanda told her happy birthday and said she loved her. Megan said it back, never thinking it would be one of the last things they'd say to each other. She's since helped raise money for Amanda's funeral and for her son Landon's future, the same 7-year-old who was staying with his grandmother the night this happened. Ricky's younger brother Ian found out over a Zoom call on his honeymoon in Thailand that he'd never speak to his brother again. He remembered Ricky sending wedding photos just hours before. Friends describe Ricky the same way over and over. The guy who'd give you his shirt off his back, no hesitation. Lakewood police, led by Captain Frank Eschweiler, closed the case without ever determining a motive. No trial, no final answer, just a quiet street, a duplex, and 3 families left holding questions nobody can resolve for them. So here's where I'll leave it with you. If this relationship looked completely normal from the outside, right up until the moment it wasn't, what would you have seen that the people closest to them didn't? Tell me honestly in the comments, even if your answer is that you wouldn't have seen anything at all. That's worth admitting too. To Amanda's and Ricky's families, I'm so sorry for what you've lost. To everyone who made it to the end, thank you for watching, for your attention, and for joining us on this journey of reflection. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and above all, stay safe. See you on our next video.